Dungeons and Drag Queens, the podcast, is a wild, spicy, mature podcast not meant for children. If you like what you hear, though, you can find all of our links to our Twitter, TikTok, and Discord in the description.
Okay, so everyone, welcome to the first session that we're going to be running for Have You Ever Seen an Archfey Before? The intent of this campaign, as the DM, I'm going to try to kill every single one of these players before the end of the 6 sessions.
And we are going to fight back like crazy.
Absolutely. Yep, and their goal is, I don't know, don't die.
Yeah, that's my question. Like, is there like an end goal? Like, do we have something we're trying to accomplish? Okay,
yeah,
cool,
there's a story. Cool. Don't you wear your pretty little theatric head? There's a story.
I'm just curious whether my main goal is just to survive or not, because I'm into that.
Yeah, no, priority 1 is to survive. Priority 2 is to figure out why you're surviving.
Oh, yeah, I already do that every day.
What's that Halo mean? Survive the onslaught?
All right, so I'm the Dami Mommy. OG Yotrix stepping up to the DM role. So who would like to introduce themselves first? Cletus, thank you so much for volunteering.
Hi.
My name's Dan Cletus. Most of you know me as that. Today I am just a PC player. I am nothing more than that. And my character's name is Naught Luminous. He is an Eladrin, which is an elf variant, ranger with a dark, twisted past.
All right. Exciting. Who's next?
I'll hop in next. I'm John. I'm the editor. You've heard me on a few things, not limited only to Lords of the Edge. That was a fun one. But today, I will be playing as Bucky Bourbonstock, trying to get some money to hold on to the family farm. And also, Bucky doesn't believe in magic. He thinks it's all illusions.
Oh, yes, excellent.
Oh, Bucky, no.
He's going to have a wild ride on this one.
He's not going to have a good time.
He's going to be like, who shipped me? Who put shrooms in my food?
No. They'll tell us their tricks. You just got to know how to talk to them.
Oh, delightful. All right, who's next?
I am Kunami, a.k.a. Nick. I originally played Stella, but for these sessions, I am Terin Goldenbeard, a life cleric hill dwarf. He's just on his way to find fame and fortune away from home.
Cleric out for personal gain. Sounds very American.
That capitalism right there. It's all his talk of diamonds got into his fucking head.
Hey!
So about them diamonds, since you mentioned
Is that his
it.
voice? Hey, I'm just here to get some diamonds.
Oh my god.
I totally forgot. Bucky Bumstock is just a human fighter.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
That makes sense. That tracks.
Oh no.
Just some dude with a stick.
All right, and last but certainly not least, Miffy.
Hi, I'm Miffy or Katie. I don't know, whatever. I play Cat, a Wood Elf, Rogue, and Thief. And yeah, that's all you get.
Yep. Keeping it tight to the chest. That's fine.
Gotta keep them tight sticks.
All right, so let me set the set the start for you lovely folks. So you are a group of really friends, I think would be an appropriate term. More so, you're all dirt broke. You need not just food, but just, the luxuries of life in general. But unfortunately, life on the ground isn't terribly kind to the lower caste. The ground world is very haves and have-nots. There is a massive disparity between the poor and the rich. The nobles rule absolutely everything, even down to the Adventurers Guild and the gold offerings for those bounties. You guys have tried as you might to get income on the ground, but you've been told that there could be great opportunities in the floating city of Miralise. So the four of you have joined together. You are on an airship on your way to Miralise, and you've fallen asleep. The airship, shuddering in turbulence, awakens the first one of you. Who is it?
It's definitely gonna be Naught, because Naught is a very light sleeper. He's always kind of on edge, so he definitely wakes up first.
Okay, all right.
Drunk
So
asleep, no chance.
He doesn't. If anyone were to wake up before him, it wouldn't happen. He's always on edge.
Gotcha. Okay, so Naught awakens. Do you awaken your compatriots?
No, he's gonna wake up and look around to make sure no one else is up, and then he's gonna get himself situated and just kind of wait and watch and see who gets up next.
Okay. Do me a favor and roll a perception.
Okay. I've moved everything around. There it is. I have a +5 on perception, so there we go. That's a 12.
A 12. With a +5, you only got a 12?
Yeah, I rolled a 7.
Okay. So you notice that there is another passenger on the airship, reading a newspaper. It's the Miralise Times. He seems as though he may be a fairly consistent traveler from the ground to Miralise. He notices you noticing him, and he gives you a little bit of a nod, looks you up and down, and says, first time coming to Miralise, huh?
Naught clears his throat. I travel a lot, actually.
Oh, you might want to clear your throat again before you get to Miralise, because that is some forced breath out there, boy. Forced breath.
He blushes a little bit and looks away and goes, "This is just how I talk."
Yeah, it seems pretty clear this is your first time coming here. So listen, Miralise, we are a place of openness. We are a place of let's call it shelter. You know, you don't have to pretend to be anything that you're not when you get there. I really think you and your group's gonna like it quite a lot. So why don't we drop the accent? Just talk to each other man to man, huh? So what's bringing you to Miralise?
And he looks at the sky in the face, and you can see him contemplating about what you just said, whether that's something that he even would believe. And he says, "My business is my own, but if you have to know, I'm here to right some wrongs that happened to me."
I'm sorry. I'm loving this already. So the stranger smiles, and you can tell that he genuinely loves new people coming to Miralise. He's a picture of the welcoming brigade, you know? So he smiles, he opens his arms, and he says, well, there couldn't have been a better place for you to come. The opportunity in this city you will never find anywhere else. Say, do you know the history of Miralise, boy?
Naught doesn't say anything. He just looks directly at him. He doesn't want to look like he doesn't know what he's talking about.
While you two are talking, Kat is gonna wake up and try and sneak behind the newspaper man.
Okay, alright, roll a stealth.
13.
Okay. Alright. Seeing as how this stranger is a very trusting individual, you succeed on your stealth. Why are you trying to sneak behind him?
I would like to search his pockets.
Why are you immediately searching our NPC's pockets?
She's a fucking rogue. She's a goddamn rogue. What did you
I
expect?
don't think you understand.
Got any
I
diamonds in those pockets?
Yeah, you got diamonds, boy. What you got in them pockets, boy?
So, Kat is rifling around in the stranger's pockets and finds absolutely nothing. In your disappointment, you realize that the stranger has noticed you the entire time and looks to you and says, elf girl, did you find what you were looking for, or do you need to dig a little deeper?
I mean, you got some more deeper pockets? Because, like, you got shit in here, bro.
The stranger is absolutely delighted by the two of you. Entertained to the gills by
Naught pulls out one of his playing cards, and he does one of those things that people do with coins, where they pass it between their fingers, but he does that with his playing card. Just so he can distract himself.
Sure. At this point, anyone else want to wake up with all of the kerfuffle going on?
Unless someone actually wakes up Terin, he's not getting up.
Yeah, Bucky's used to riding on bouncy wagons through the countryside, so nothing's waking him up except for, I don't know, a splash of cold water.
I'd like to shank the dwarf.
Okay.
Speaking wise, but you may do as you please.
Alright, roll initiative, everybody. No kidding.
No, I'm unconscious and prone. She can roll a sneak attack with advantage.
So the stranger being extremely entertained by both Kat and Naught, he gestures to the other two, Bucky and Terin, and says, I assume those two heavy sleeping rocks over there are with you too, right?
Sure, you could say that.
Sure, okay. Why are you guys so withholding for information?
We have a history.
We fear death.
A history. Yes. Well, this place is the perfect place for a group just like yours. I see adventurers like you all the time coming here looking for miraculous opportunities.
Naught cuts you off and goes, "No one's like me."
The stranger chuckles and pats the air at you as if dismissively. And he says, Miralise is an accidental wonder. A lot of people know the history of how Miralise came to be, but not a lot of people know the inner workings because those grounders, the noble grounders, they don't want people to know the freedom that we have up here in the sky. And as if by perfect timing, the airship climbs the remaining bit of clouds, and you see, so Kat and Naught, the two of you see this massive floating piece of rock, as if a mountain has been lifted from the ground, flipped on its head, and perched in the heavens by a true miracle. The stranger tells you that this miraculous land has been floating here for over a century, since the Elf and Dragon Wars. Everyone knows about the cataclysm that launched this mountain into the air, but a lot of people assume that it's an evil place. That's propaganda from the grounders, though. I promise you, this place is pure freedom. There are no castes. There are no classes to be concerned about. You are who you are in this place, and you can be anything you want to be. And I assume that's why you are here. Am I right?
Naught gives a slight nod.
I mean, there's also a lot of gold to be made here as well.
What? Where?
Laughing.
What?
Yeah, as soon as the vessel peaks above the clouds and the sun's shining directly on them, I think Bucky wakes up and he sees this giant floating island. He's like, "Phew! Cables on that gotta be super thick. Where do you think they're hanging that from?"
The heavens.
Naught looks at Bucky like a little inquisitively, like, "What?"
Well, you know how they got, like, when they make the lady float, they got cables holding her up. They probably got the same thing here with the floating island. I don't see no cables though. That's pretty impressive.
And Naught
did-
just shakes his head and goes back to his playing card.
Hey, good morning. I'm gonna need you to explain everything you already said again because I was sleeping.
I see you folks have brought quite a sharp one with you. I'm sure that will play out nicely. The stranger kind of sighs, leans back in his seat, and crosses his arms over his torso, and he says, "100 years ago, it's been 100 years already. You know, the cataclysm. It was the biggest thing our people have ever seen. Just an incredible display of magic and hatred and power. When the mountain was struck, it was turned to molten rock underneath. We thought it would be gone forever. The land would be changed and ruined, and we would just have this marred pock upon us forever. And then we saw it was there. It was still there, floating inexplicably in the sky. To this day, no one knows how it has stayed here. What incredible magic keeps it in the sky, but it quickly became a safe haven, an absolute independent free state from the grounders. And over the century, it has evolved into a wonder of the world. But I'm sure as you guys know, and the stranger gives kind of a knowing glance to Naught, things that people can't explain often evokes fear.
Naught
So
gets
the
up and walks
nobles
away.
so the nobles they've drawn us as these evil things and something to be feared and scared, but I think you'll see that it's so much different once we actually get there, and it seems like we're gonna arrive pretty soon. And you notice that the airship is slowing. It is coming to, and I posted a picture to the chat. And you notice this long landing strip off the east side of the floating mountain. And the airship is slowly but surely docking. There is a large shutter. The airship comes to a halt, and then over the announcing system, you hear, "Last stop, Merrily." And at this point, Terin wakes up. So now everyone in the party is woken. The stranger nods to all of you. He gives kind of a faint wave towards where Naught walked off to, and he says, "I hope that you four find exactly what you're looking for in this place of wonders." And he disappears off the ship. You have a couple options. So when you get off the ship, you can go to an inn. You can go straight to the bounty board, which is where you would pick up any of your quests for payment.
Real quick,
Yes.
I'd like to do an insight check on this guy. Well, I want to do a perception check to see, when you say he disappeared, he just like poof vanished, or he like walked away?
He walks off the ship into the crowd.
Okay. As he's
When
leaving,
he
I'd like
leaves
to do an
back.
insight check on him.
Sure, go for it.
That's a 17.
17. You notice that as he is exiting into the crowd, that he gives one last look to your group, an intent look, and a smile crosses his face. And then you lose track of him somehow in the crowd, as if he disappears into thin air.
Bucky elbows you and he goes,
I think he likes you.
Naught looks away.
Dude, I'd be embarrassed too. I know how you feel.
And Naught goes, "You don't know anything about me, Bucky."
Okay, sure thing, buddy.
All right, so you guys have a couple choices. You can go to the inn, get the lay of the land. You can go directly to the bounty board to pick up your first quest. Or you can just quite simply go to the city center, which is this massive dome of an archway with architecture and sculptures, and it seems as though it is a peaceful but bustling heart of Miralise. So where would you like to go?
Dude, I ain't never been in the clouds before. You guys want to go sightseeing, or you want to get started on these jobs?
Keep in mind, you have not eaten since you left the ground.
Oh shoot!
It
Yeah,
has been a
I left my
while.
jerky back at home. I'm a mite hungry.
Dig into the ration bag.
Oh shoot! Yeah, that's right. I didn't leave that on the plane, did I? No, here I got. Okay, I got it. Thanks.
Could use a hot meal though. Always better than rations. And we're in a town.
Nah, I ain't picky, but yeah, I wouldn't mind a little some anything with gravy on it.
So there's always something going on in an inn.
Yeah, you know what? Why don't we go find a nice sit-down place, have a little chat before we get started on this mission?
All right, so you guys all in agreement? We're moving to the inn
nods
first.
his head and he follows behind. He goes
Okay.
last.
All right,
Aaron
beautiful.
Well, do we know what the inn is?
Well, we're gonna find out.
I'm sure they got a
Um,
kiosk or something around here.
Yeah, this is a very organized society. It is extremely. It is very obviously built by some of the best independent minds in the entire nation. Many pieces of artificer technology that you guys have never seen before. When the stranger said that this was a unique, miraculous wonder, he truly meant that. So when you get off the airship, you see that there is a large paneling board that gives multiple directions of places to go. You see a few different inns, but one of them is only a mile away. So that's the one that we're going to choose. The inn is going to traverse you guys. So you guys are going to go up the dock into the large dome that is filled with all of these beautiful pieces of architecture and sculptures. And then the inn is immediately connected to that. You quickly notice that this is definitely the place that intermittent travelers go to the most. This is not a local place. This is definitely more of a tourist portion of Miralise. When you walk into the inn, you notice that it is, a little bit more upscale than you are used to. It almost feels as though you've walked into a nobleman's inn. And it takes most of you a bit by surprise by how extravagant everything is, because it's just not part of the class that you are used to. Behind the counter, you see one of the innkeepers that is giving rooms and everything like that. You also see that there is a restaurant bar off to the side that seems to have a very bustling social atmosphere. Okay, so Naught has gone to the bar. Who's following?
Hey, what's it?
Bucky goes up to a waiter and he's like,
She, what's this thing under your silverware? It's this little folded fabric thing. What's this called?
The waitress looks at you a bit surprised because she is not used to your accent. And she goes, "Oh, that's just a napkin, for messes."
You don't just wipe it on your pants?
Well, here you can do either. You want to walk around with soiled pants, go on ahead, sweetheart. But if you want to keep yourself nice and clean...
Oh, you know what? I might want to do that. I never thought about that before.
Yeah, why don't you give it a try? And she kind of like pulls it out from under the silverware, shakes it out, hands it to him with a real nice smile. And then she materializes another one, replaces it underneath the silverware, smiles, and kind of canters off.
She does magic too. She probably pulled that out of her sleeve, though. I'm keeping this. All right.
Tucks it into his pants pocket.
Naught is sitting at the bar. He's got 2 coins out, and he's doing the same thing with the coins that he was doing with the card, hoping to get the bartender's attention. Question: is the bartender? Tell me about. I'm going to do perception on the bartender. Just tell me about the bartender.
Okay. Well, real quick, what have you other two decided to do? Nick and Miffy, are you following or are you wandering?
I'll walk up to the actual innkeepers to ask them a few questions.
Okay. Cat?
I've wandered off somewhere. I don't know. I'm looking at all of the fancy decor and just kind of like, wow, I didn't know people had this much stuff. Damn.
So many things to steal.
Yeah. My pockets are big enough.
She's a cat burglar.
All right. So Cletus, you're up at the counter. The bartender absolutely notices you. I'm gonna say they. So they smile at you, and you notice that they have unique teeth. Their mouths are filled with what looks like as if they had a shark, like shark jaws.
Okay. Naught has a history with Fey. Like he knows Fey. Would he be able to identify this as a Fey?
I don't know. It depends.
Okay, let me do. Let's
trying to get away from the dice, huh?
What kind of check you want me to do?
I want you to do. Well, what are you trying to find out? You only want to see if they're Fey, or do you want to just see what they're about?
I want to see if they're Fey.
If they're
because
Fey?
I'm looking at them, and my first thought is this might be a Fey.
Sure.
And he says it just like that.
Okay, do a. I'm between if I wanted to be a history check or a perception. I don't know. Which one would it
Calling information, it's history, I think.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
do
So
a
give me a
history
history.
That's a 7.
Okay. You know
At
nothing.
At this point, Bucky's kind of made his way up to the bar, but he hasn't said anything. He's just kind of observing Naught.
Like,
Okay.
shoot, everything's so fancy.
So Naught looks at them, and he can't really tell, so he's just gonna ignore it for now.
Okay. All right. The bartender comes up to you, and they say, "So what can I get for you, gentlemen, today?"
Oh shoot! Look at those teeth. How do I get teeth like that? You got some cool teeth there.
The bartender blushes, obviously not used to such forwardness, but gives a little mumble of oh thanks. So about those drinks.
Naught quickly looks annoyed and goes, "Whiskey sour."
Whiskey sweet.
All right.
I never done this before.
Well, I'm going to be honest. I don't really know what a whiskey sweet would be, but I can make you a real nice Shirley Temple.
That sounds great. Who's Shirley?
And Naught chuckles a little bit.
So the bartender turns from you guys, starts making your drinks. Let's skip over to forgot your name, Terin, over at the innkeeper.
Is this is correctly an inn? Fancy place.
It sure is. You know, we aren't tied down to the same, how should I say, prison. And you can tell that the innkeeper is almost annoyed, as those on the ground are stuck in. You know, we freely express ourselves here.
Does the bar over there serve hot food?
We sure do. Until we serve hot food until the sun crests over the west side of Miralis. If I can make a recommendation, I would definitely try today's stew. It is, and she kind of like kisses her fingers, gives a chef kiss. Is that all you needed, or can I get you folks a room?
We just got off the airship from the ground. We're new here.
Oh, well, welcome. Is this your first time in Miralis?
Is mine, indeed, yes. I believe so for all my friends, too. Fun thing
well,
before I
welcome.
leave you. Can I get directions to the bounty board after we're done?
Absolutely. I had a little bit of an inkling that you and your group were here for the bounties. You know, it's just so darn hard to make income down on the ground. We get a lot of you all throughout the year. Now, first off, do you know how the bounty boards work here?
Or differently, I was not aware.
They absolutely work differently. So listen, down on the ground, when it comes to a bounty or any sort of guild quests, you basically have to pay your way in. I'm sure you're used to that. Here it is a first come first serve basis. There is no King's Guard getting first pick. There is no elven tribes owning certain territories of who can go where and hunt what. Everything here is honor system and the first person to get their hands on it. You understand? So the bounty board, I would recommend going to the city center one because that's the one that's the largest and has the most opportunity on it. If you go out these doors, head on to the left, go a little deeper into the city center, you're going to see a massive silver and bronze gilded eagle statue, and right next to it, a big old board, and it's going to have every quest and every bounty that we have available here in Miralis. When I say first come, first serve, I truly mean it though. If you see a bounty that you like, you gotta take that piece of paper, hold on to it for dear life, because that means you are the only ones questing that. If you die, that bounty dies with you. You understand now, sweetie?
Is not close enough to hear this from the bar.
Yeah. Now, is there anything else I can help you with?
I don't believe so.
All right, well, like I said, you want to try that stew? Get on in there. We're only serving for a little bit longer, so if you're hungry, fill your bellies now.
Well, we make sure we will. Thank you. And he'll wander over to his friends.
Okay, fabulous. So at this point, the bartender has prepared the drinks for both Bucky and Naught, set them down in front of you guys, and they say, you know, I'm always just so curious because I'm a lifer up here. I've never been to the ground. I was born here. My mama was born here, and I just don't know what the drawl of being on the ground is like. I mean, you guys came here trying to escape that, right?
Or so we came for opportunity. There's a lot of competition down there.
Yeah, I need to get money to save my family farming. You know, there ain't a lot going on down there. You can only win so many, like, cattle contests, and they don't pay out so good.
Yeah, you know, I hear that a lot. I've been working here since I was able to hold a tray, and boy, we get a lot of grounders through here, just like you folks, looking for a little bit of extra cash. I hear that things on the ground have gotten a bit tough. So, welcome. I'm glad y'all are here. And, you know, be careful out there.
I want to cast a spell.
Okay.
It's called Primeval Awareness. It makes it so that I can tell whether there's any aberrations, celestials, dragons, elements, fae, fiends, or undead present within a mile of me.
Okay.
So I'm gonna cast that. So there's no like saving rolls or anything for that. It just is. I assume the simple answer is yes.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so as soon as he does
so what is your reaction to finding out that there are hundreds?
He immediately recoils into himself and gets defensive.
The bartender notices.
You okay there, buddy? I guess
Kind of.
not.
He low hums. He goes. He low hums and goes. I don't want to be around these people. And he sets his drink down and goes to walk out.
Wait, hold on there. I thought that would have been coming out of my character.
That's emotionally charged there. I don't know what's going on with that.
The bartender is obviously concerned and asks you guys, was there something wrong with his drink?
I don't know. He was saying some mumbo
He
jumbo,
smelled it.
waving his hands around.
But it looks like to me that there's a free drink. And Terren's going to reach over to it.
No, too slow.
And could I get me a stew, please? I heard great things about it from the innkeeper.
Oh, the stew is to die for. And the bartender goes and mumbles through the kitchen window, ordering you your stew. And then
I'll take one too.
Perfect.
Once, because Naught is on edge now because of all this. When he hears that, he's going to do an insight check on that specific phrasing.
Okay, roll.
Fuck yeah, nat 20.
Yeah, it's just really good fucking soup. Like, it's the best stew ever. Like, you would literally die for this stew to keep the recipe safe. It's so good.
Hey, I can appreciate you keeping an eye out for us.
So there's no like negative effect or nothing bad about the stew. There's no hidden.
I mean, it's
like,
got
negative thing
a
about it.
lot of garlic in it, but that's about it. No one's vampire, right?
Okay.
Oh shoot, I'm on a low FODMAP diet. Actually, I'll pass.
So the so the bartender is. They're obviously picking up a lot from this group. This person, they have been tending bar in Mirrorlease for so long, and they've seen so many different characters and so many different types of individuals and personalities, that the bartender is incredibly perceptive. They notice Naught's uncomfortableness, and they also notice that Bucky and Terin really just seem content, happy to be here, ready to start their next leg of their journey. So he feels confident to get a little bit more friendly and buddy with the two of them. The bartender, they ask, so I know you guys are here for opportunity, but you know, why? Why can't you do this at home?
Well, I also got like 19 brothers and sisters that are all trying to fight claim on the family farm, but they didn't think that they had to get money to do that, and that's why they call me Quick Bucky down there. Nobody actually calls me Quick Bucky, but I think it'll catch on. But I was the one who thought, well, if I get money, maybe I can take the farm, and there's not a lot of money down there. I'm sorry, I don't think I got your name.
Oh, we how do I say this? We don't give names here. I know you guys are new, so you know any bit of rules or custom, you can ask me. You know, I'm gonna help you guys along because I love this place. I love Mirrorlease. I want everyone to be happy here and everyone to succeed. But hey, don't give your name. Okay?
Oh. Shoot, okay, I'm sorry. I thought it'd be rude to just call you bartender all the time, because you probably do other stuff, I guess.
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, you can really call me anything you want, and he points to a very obvious, like, local and repeat customer, down at the end of the bar. They point to them and they say, see, over there, Lampshade calls me Spoon. Now, obviously, those aren't our given names by our parents, but being so high up in the clouds and being in quite an inexplicable place of living, we have a lot of others in our society. How do I say this gently without being offensive? Now, I don't want any of you to be scared, but we do have Fey that live among us. They have come here for the exact same reasons that the humans and the elves and the dwarves and the dragonborns and everyone that you see here comes here for, and that's freedom.
Not laughs. They don't come here for freedom. They come here to cause pain.
Oh, now see, that's the kind of attitude that would get you kicked out of here pretty quick. Now I gotta say, I come across a lot of people like you. They don't trust how Muralese runs. They don't think that a place like this could even ever exist. But the longer you stay here, the more you're gonna realize that this is a place of freedom. This beautiful country that we've created, it's an independent state. It's filled with diverse people. Our society is made up of an absolute mixing pot of every single person who has ever felt as if they can't fit in somewhere else. They're looking for love. They're looking for money. They're looking for freedom. They're looking to just be who they want to be without the rules of the noble grounders below. So I truly hope that you see what we're all about one day. But hey, if you want to spend your time here not enjoying the sanctuary that Muralese truly is, that is also your choice, because that's all we're about.
Naught sits down in a chair in the corner and just kind of sulks. He's brooding in the corner.
So at this point, bartender, he brings over the stews. You guys enjoy your drinks, your food. I have no idea where Kat has been the entire time. But you wrap up your meals, and Terin informs you guys of how the bounty board works and where to find the closest and best one. At this point, you are moving out of the inn. You are heading towards the bounty so that we can start our first quest. Kat, how are you joining back up with the group? Or have you just been kind of there?
I found this nice lamp, right? I've just been trying to put it in my... No!
I think that was a person.
Yeah, I can't put the person in my backpack.
Yeah, he's at the end of the bar.
Well, if you have a bag of holding, you can fit a whole lot of things.
Yeah, you have a whole body in there.
Including lampshade.
Now, careful. Well... They can't breathe in there. I tried that once with a flock of sheep. Oh, it did not turn out good.
Naught looks at Bucky curiously.
I'm a little concerned for you, but all right.
It's fine. That's probably part of the reason the farm went under. Now that I think about it. Anyway, what have you been up to? You find anything cool around here?
Sure, yeah. As Cat's backpacks jingles with silverware and
Not just
some other.
He speeds up and just walks ahead of everybody. He just wants to be part of this conversation.
By the way, Kat, this place is riddled with Fey. Don't give out your name to people. If they ask you to give them something, don't.
All right, pork chop, I got it.
Naught turns around when he hears that and goes, "Only an idiot would do that."
Yeah, we should come up with names.
Well, yes, but Kat was unawares that there are even Fey here, so...
Dude, I think I gave my name to that bartender. Oh, dang it. Well, it's been nice knowing you guys.
Well then, if he's a Fey, he owns you. Good luck.
Oh, that's not good. Oh, shoot. Well, at least they were pretty nice, so I guess it could be worse. I'll be more careful.
If it turns out poorly, we'll come and we'll start banging around some people.
So wait, if you say your name to two Fey, did they both own you, or did they have to fight over you?
I don't know.
If they have to fight over you, I'll just tell my name to everybody. That'd be pretty funny.
Diluting
I like the way
pool.
you think.
So as Bucky and Terin are having their riveting discussion about the intricacies of Fey ownership, you guys finally get to the bounty board. There are hundreds of flyers on this board. Some of them look like they've been up for ages. You see everything from finding lost cats to slaying dragons. Now, all of these have just wild pricing to them. None of it truly makes that much sense to you. This is a new currency to you. You really don't know what this translates to. But you see this one bounty sheet that is clearly the most recent that's been posted. It is on top of all of the others. It is shining bright, obviously not been touched by rain, weather, sun in any form or fashion. It is drawing you.
Probably best to pick up a new one. That means that whoever put it up is still probably around or hasn't gotten done.
Yeah, probably didn't cancel it. I hate that when you get the bounty and then you show up and they don't tip. It's awful.
Half the time they try to cheat you out of it, they really haven't done it. That's just
why I always
shame.
spit on the bounty when they do that.
Mm-hmm. Terin will go up to it and pick up the bounty.
You're just gonna touch it?
Before he does that,
yeah.
Naught's gonna stick his hand out and grab him by the wrist.
It's too late. He touched it.
Mhm.
So the second that Terin touches it, the paper disintegrates. On his right hand, on the top of his hand, a symbol, as if just in black ink, appears on his hand.
It's all right. It's probably just flash paper. Don't know how he got the ink on there though.
I hope not. I'm not allowed to do that too.
Can I do a history check and see if I can recognize the symbol?
Sure.
Okay.
I really hope you get a high one, because I don't know how else I'm going to explain this.
Well, 11.
Fuck.
Terin is a cleric, so if it's of religious significance, he might be aware of it.
It's not religious.
If it's Fey, I have history with Fey, and I would have advantage on that.
Dude, you've been marked by the outsider from the Dishonor games.
Oh my god, games.
Them my favorite games.
Oh no.
Does anyone else want to do a history check?
Sure. When the whole campaign hinges on one check.
Dude, seriously.
Did you see a guy with black hair and all black eyes?
I rolled 13.
13. Okay.
Is that good enough?
No.
Oh my god, trash!
Oh my god.
Maybe we should ask the bartender. They seem to know. They seem to know a lot about this kind of thing.
Has anyone not done a history check? Oh god, Bucky got a fucking 4?
Yeah, that's why I said it's from the Dishonor games.
All right.
That's my favorite. I could call you Corvo or Emily, I guess.
Who's the?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. So Teren's the cleric.
Yeah.
So.
But I have a negative int, so.
Yeah. Terin, roll for me a Arcana check.
That's also a negative. Oh, it's a 12.
A 12. Okay.
That's a 16.
So.
Boom.
You know for a fact that it's not harmful, but that's about it.
Oh.
You know that it's not. You've gotten no negative effects to it. It seems like it's a tracker of some kind, but you're not sure. Seeing as how you guys fucking suck at rolling, you notice that there is a woman with with many pouches across her waist. She has a bow, and she also has a large sheathed broadsword. Very clearly a bounty hunter of some kind, and she's eyeing up the board looking for her next quest.
Not immediately goes over and starts talking to her.
Okay, all right. Proceed.
He goes, "Hey." That's all he says. Because he thinks that's cool.
Hi.
And then he smiles and nods. I see you're getting a bounty.
Oh shit, Sherlock.
Oh
Wow.
my god.
Wow, so this is clearly your first time in Mirrorlise. Yeah, this is a bounty board, and I am getting a bounty. Spot on. And she kind of like turns her back and like walks further up the board, continuing to eye the bounties.
and not realizes that this isn't going well, but wants to pretend like it is. So he goes, "All right, I'll see you out there." And he turns around and walks away.
Bucky's silently giving him a thumbs up.
Cat is just face palming like, why? Why?
Dear Auroran, please give me the light and strength to get through this.
The female adventurer takes a side glance at the group as Naught walks away, sees Cat face palming, and kind of gives her like a smile.
Sort of like pinching the bridge of his nose with a sigiled hand, and it's sort of aiming at her. He's like holding the bridge of his nose like he's trying to throw away a headache.
Okay. So she smiles at Kat and then realizes, she notices the sigil on Terin's hand. And she points to you and she says, "Wow, you picked that one?"
It was one of the newer ones, so yes. Do you know what the sigil means by any chance?
Yeah, it means you picked a
like
good one.
Define good one.
And she kind of takes a deep inhale, and she looks at the group and she says, "I hope you guys are all adventuring together on this one because, that it's a big bounty. There is a lot of gold tied to that one. But I've seen that sigil on a lot of hands, and those hands haven't come back for payment."
Oh, I am worried about that. I was hoping to get a smaller one to start us off since we're new here, but...
Naught looks at her and goes, "We can handle anything."
Only problem is I wasn't able to read the details of the thing before it disappeared, so I don't know where to start. Have you seen where those people go when they first grab them, by any chance?
Yeah, so she hears Naught saying we can handle anything, and her demeanor changes a little bit. She looks to Naught and she goes, "Oh, so you guys have captured Archfays before? That's pretty impressive. I guess that's a good reason to grab that one."
And
why in particular
Archfey?
Why would an Archfey be important to this sigil?
Well, that's the bounty you picked.
The
capture dead or alive of an Archfey. Did you not read the bounty?
You see,
No.
I ain't got so good eyes, so I picked it up in order to read the thing.
Where
and then
can
it
we
turned
find
into
this
dust.
Archfey?
So how the bounties here work is it's a first come first serve basis. So whoever grabs the bounty is tied to that bounty. It's kind of our way to ensure that bounties aren't stolen. Like all of those horrific practices down on the ground. You are now the only crew with any of the details. So how this works, and she kind of like walks up to Terin and she offers her hand to take his. It's up to you if you want to take her hand or not.
Doesn't say anything. She just puts it out.
Yeah, she holds her hand out, like waiting for you to grab her hand.
Since she didn't say anything, he will grab hers.
Okay. So the second that she grabs your hand, she then puts her other hand on top of the sigil, looks you in the eye, and tells you, you have all of the information for the bounty in your head now. How these sigils work is it is a psychic connection. All you have to do is think, and you will remember every single line on that bounty. She goes, it often helps new travelers that if they hold the sigil, it will help them establish that connection a little bit easier. Do you feel the power that's coming off of it now that I've clasped it together? Do you?
Well, I don't know. You're the DM. Do I feel it?
Can I
You're the
steal the
DM?
pouches?
So let's pretend that Terin feels it. So you immediately feel
now, Mr.
You feel it now, Mr. Krabs? So it's almost as if you can feel the paper in your hand, as if, and I want you guys to kind of think like almost like a UI in a video game. That if you concentrate really hard on that sigil, it's almost as if a psychic copy of the bounty appears above the sigil as if you're holding the paper in your hand, but you are the only one that can see it. You're the only one that can read it. Okay? So anytime that you need to refer back to the bounty, all you have to do is just, make that connection. So the female adventurer explains all of this to you. You successfully, because this is not going to be any sort of skill check, you successfully can pull up the bounty and read the details. So you are reading all of the details of it. The capture or poaching of an archfey, the payment is 10,000 gold pieces. The directions on the bounty are fairly vague because no one has seen this archfey before. There have been multiple malicious leaks from the Fey wilds into Mirrorlease. So you are now learning through the bounty that there is just an absolute how do I want to say this? It's almost like it's a waterfall of wild magic that is coming out of the bottom tip of Mirrorlease. So you remember Mirrorlease used to be a mountain flipped on its axis. Flat side is where the city is, and then it cascades down into what used to be the peak of the mountain. At the peak, there is this massive influx of wild magic that seems to just leak out inexplicably, randomly. Sometimes creatures leak out of it. And it's been tied to a almost like a trickster of an archfey. Mirrorlease has brought in multiple warlocks, magicians, clerics, anyone you can think of to try to seal that wild magic leak, to no one's success. So the next best option is kill the Fey. That is what your group has now accepted as a challenge. Now, how these bounties work, you cannot take another bounty is the problem. So once you are marked with a sigil, that is the only bounty that you can take until that sigil is gone. The only way to get rid of a sigil is to have bounty in hand and to turn it in to the to what they call the counters. So this is like Mirrorlease's version of a bank.
So what do we need to prove that we completed it?
You need either the captured Fey alive or indisputable evidence that you killed it. It says almost in fine print on the bounty sheet that they will accept the head of the Fey.
And no one has seen this Fey before?
No one has seen it. They just know that because of the level and intricacy of the magic that has been used, and some of the so we'll call them tricks that have been played, it has come to their attention that the only being powerful enough to do these things is an archfey, but no one has actually seen the thing.
Dude, I guess it's too late to grab one of these cat ones then.
Well,
Yeah.
only I can have one. You might be able to pick one up.
Yeah, technically we could all take one.
Oh, that's true, maybe.
Technically you could, but then you would be stuck there and you would not be able to turn in the bounty or even help in the bounty of the archfey. The ruling in Mirrorlise is
You can only do the one
staunchly
you're working
fair.
on.
Yeah, it is staunchly fair. They do not like or play by the rules of the ground. So things like bounty poaching, things like treachery, deceit, lying, anything like that is highly prohibited with Mirrorlise bounties. It is all honor system, but it is also based on a system of truth and respect for other bounty hunters. Okay, so y'all are stuck. You're gonna hunt an archfey, kids. So the female adventurer, she bids you guys farewell, or sorry, she first tells you, listen, you guys are new here. I would recommend talking to I would recommend talking to Spoon over at the inn. They have pretty good information about best places to start. Most bounty hunters around here and adventurers, they actually tend to go through them to start their adventures. The connections that Spoon has, they can't be beat anywhere else. And then she bids you guys farewell and sends you on your way.
Dude, I was hoping I could get like a free cat or something, but whatever.
Free cat.
Yeah, like if you
A free familiar?
Yeah, exactly. Like if you take a cat bounty, but it's so old that the person that wanted their cat back died, you just get a free cat.
I promise to give you guys at least one companion before the end
sweet.
of this.
But I have plans to get my own familiar.
All right, so head back to the inn. Get on back with Spoon. And once you guys are there, how would you like to handle beginning your bounty with Spoon?
Where's start this bounty? Hold up the sigil.
You just hold it up silently?
No, I'm gonna walk up to Spoon and say, hey, where do we start on this particular bounty? That is gonna be like holding the sigil in front of him.
Okay. So Spoon, they clap their hands together in celebration and they say, whoa, that was quick. Oh man, you guys really don't waste time, do you? Ooh, that's the one you picked?
That was new and fresh.
I wanted the cat one.
I would have started with a cat one too. But hey, I mean, go big or go home, am I right? So if you guys are going to the Feywild, and you're almost kind of shocked that Spoon immediately knows what the sigil is, and he notices kind of the shock that you guys have, and they backtrack a little bit and they say, oh, it's a sigil for the Feywild. You know, each of the sigils represents starting zone or best guess as to where you can find your bounty. It's not a perfect system, but it does us all right. But to get to the Feywild, what you're gonna want to do, and he pulls out a piece of paper and a piece of chalk or charcoal, and he says, you're gonna want to go out to the right, drop down 4 streets. At the 4th street, you're going to see a light post. The light post is going to have a tiny little pattern on it. Now you're going to have to find the pattern. The direction that the pattern is pointing in is the direction that you need to go to find what we here call the underground market. Once you find the underground market, you're going to find a guy. We're going to call him Marcus. That's not his real name, but we've been through this already. Do not give Marcus any information about yourselves. Do not offer anything to him. Do not give him anything. Do you understand?
Should I try a fake accent with him?
Sweet
Is that a
child,
dumb
you
question?
can try whatever you want.
All right, cool. I'm gonna do that probably. We'll see.
Now, see, Marcus here, he's the one around here that dabbles in Fey wares. He's not Fey himself, but his connections run quite deep. Not saying he's not trustworthy, but you work in Fey wares long enough, it starts to rub off on you. You understand? Marcus is the only one that knows how to get in and out of the Fey wilds from Mirrorlease. He
Not
does it
scoffs.
safely. Scoffs. He does it safely. And pretty continuously. He's the only person around here that I would trust to get you guys in and out of there. You understand? So here you go, and he like passes you the very crude drawing. It has on it, going out right, down 4 streets, and then it has a recollection of the little symbol that you're looking for on the light post. Okay. Spoon bids you farewell, unless there's anything else you guys need to do in the inn.
Nope.
Nope. Thank you kindly.
Fabulous. Bids you farewell, sends you on your way. Do you guys go straight to the lamppost, or do we get distracted?
Dude, is there anything we should do to prepare for this? They're making it sound pretty dangerous.
Well, they have some odd currency here, so I'm not sure how much we can actually do. I don't think we can buy nothing.
That's true. Hey, Kat, do you want to look for someone you can steal something from? That sounds right up your alley. They probably got nice stuff around here.
Sure.
So as you guys are walking down the street, you're still in city center, so there are throngs of people. Many different races, everyone in society, plenty of opportunity to choose from. And the landscape is very it's very castle-like. So everything is just large, magnificent stone structures. Everyone seems to be fairly at ease. They might be great targets for pickpocketing. Who knows?
Can I do a perception check to see who looks like they have the nicest linens on?
Sure.
Cool.
I feel like
Maybe a
Kat should
12?
be doing that. Yep, that's not enough. Kat, give me a perception. Actually, no. Give me an investigation.
Okay, good.
Oh, that saved your ass. Oh, man.
Do investigation instead.
Imagine
So investigation
a
instead
5.
is a 17. If we're doing that instead of perception.
Just gonna start
You already rolled.
stealing
Get out of
shit.
here.
Yeah, but you said investigation
You chose
instead.
perception, sir.
I asked. I didn't choose. You said yes, and then you said no. Investigation would be better.
Well, you said, "Can I roll for perception?"
Yeah, and you
I
said
said,
yes.
"Yeah, you can."
And then you changed it, so I changed.
It's almost like wording in a Fey campaign is important.
Hold
Anywho,
on.
so
Tell me,
Kat,
mommy.
Fine. Then can I roll an investigation check?
no, because Kat's already noticed her target. So Kat sees a couple adventurers, a group of very green-looking adventurers who are absolutely stocked to the teeth with adventuring things. They have rations, they have healing potions, they have weaponry, even their clothes are better than your guys's. And weirdly enough, One of them's a human, one of them's an elf, or two of them are elves, and one of them's a dwarf. How crazy is that? Kat, what do you want to do?
I'm a little concerned, but okay. I'm gonna walk up to him and be like, "Hey, you guys new here? How's it going?"
And the dwarf is the first to chime in, and he goes, "Oh no, we've been doing this for a while now, you know."
Jesus Christ.
Oh, now you wouldn't lie
wow.
to one of your priests, would you?
And the dwarf blushes a little bit, and his tone drops down a little bit, and he says, "Sorry, it's really overwhelming here. This is our first time, and first adventure. We didn't really know what to prepare for. We may have overdone it. Oh God, did we overdo it?"
I'd like to sneak up behind them.
Okay,
Sure, you'll be fine, son.
Yeah, you know what they say. An ounce of preparation is worth a bajillion of something important.
I was
Can I
gonna
reach
give
out and
you
clasp his hand to
advantage,
distract him?
and
What?
it's not even. Yeah, it's not. He got a 17. It's fine.
Okay.
So you successfully sneak up behind the human who is at the back of the group. And you find that the human has a bag that you don't really know what it is.
Okay.
Would you like to use your stealth to steal?
I'd like to use my sleight of hand or stealth.
Well, I'm gonna give you choices. So a
Okay.
bag that you don't know what's in it, you don't know what it is, completely unknown. There's also a satchel that is filled with 3 healing potions, just minor healing potions. There is also a satchel that is filled with player rations. Or you could take his just plain Jane steel dagger.
I'd like to take the mystery bag.
Mystery bag? Oh, what a good choice. So Cletus, give me your sleight of hand to try to take the bag.
Oh shit. 7.
So he feels a rustling, and the
I'd like to
human...
immediately misty step back to where I was.
Oh, I got the bug. Nice. So he feels like a tug on his band. He looks and doesn't see anything, and he kind of like rubs his waist, and focuses back into the conversation.
And that's because I used my misty step, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
You guys got a bounty yet? We just got a good one.
So one of the elves, the female elf, says, "Yeah, we picked up what we hope is going to be an easy bounty, but we don't really know what we're doing. And I think we'll be okay on this one, but she doesn't actually answer your question."
I'm gonna whisper to Cat and be like, "Here's a satchel that you should take. I don't know what's in it, but I bet it's good."
Are you talking about the human satchel?
Yeah.
What do the other people have?
All a bit of good luck. I can give you all a blessing.
Investigation.
Oh, no.
Shoot, yeah, no, putting a blessing over these kind fellows, I think that'd be a good
23
idea.
for investigation.
All right, so you see literally everything that's on these people.
Oh my god.
So we already know what's on the human. You also are able to perceive a little bit that the unknown bag has more contents in it than what should hold it.
It's a bag of holding.
You also notice that the female elf, she has so her equipment is a fairly standard short sword and a shield. She only has 1 healing potion. She also has a camping pack as well, so something that may or may not be able to be set down for long rests. The male elf has a massive bludgeoning hammer, and nothing else. Obviously a very confident adventurer. And then the dwarf has many like gems and runes on their person inside of a satchel. You don't really know what they do. They seem more as if they're just like personal items than anything. The dwarf also has what seems to be all of the money for the group. So 20 gold pieces, 10 silver pieces in a satchel, as well as 1 greater healing potion.
What? Who has a bag of holding but holds the money?
Also, the 3 minor healing potions, right?
Yeah, that's on the human,
Yeah.
though.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So we got all of that stuff?
You didn't get it. Cat just sees that that's what
okay.
everyone has.
Okay.
Depending...
Start a long and loud blessing ceremony while this is going on.
Oh, Terin is running a very...
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
He's gonna start doing a loud blessing.
give me a, you know what?
Would that be performance?
Yeah, give me a
Maybe.
fucking performance.
It could be, if he's doing a blessing, it could also be religion.
It could be, but I want a performance because this is clearly being done for performative reasons.
I got a 21.
Yeah.
All right.
We're getting good rolls. Let's go.
All right.
All right. So
Bucky's
not
closing
only
his eyes, raising his hands.
I almost fell off my chair. Jesus Christ. So not only does Cat see all of the items on the persons, I am going to give you I'm gonna fucking regret the shit out of this, aren't I? I'm gonna give you 3 rolls, 1 with advantage, to take 3 items.
Okay.
Off of these people. But your roll has to be successful to be able to actually get the item. So I want you to name the item, then give me a roll. You can choose if you're going to use advantage on that roll or not. But once you use it, any remaining rolls are just raw rolls, okay? Do you understand?
Okay. And I'm rolling sleight of hand, correct?
Yes.
Good. Okay, good.
Fucking
good.
nat 20. Fuck you, dude.
I would like to steal the mystery sack from the human.
Yes.
Okay. Give me a sleight of hand.
24.
I fucking hate you so much. All right. So, play out how you take it from him.
All right. So Terran's performing, right?
Yes.
Cat's gonna like slowly, like, just saunter up behind him, like put her hand on his like shoulder, like, cheer, like dance along, whatever, and then just slowly like unlatch the satchel and just hand it back to Naught, who's behind me. Just be like, you take this quickly. Like...
Okay, all right.
An Assassin's Creed looking person dancing during a sermon.
Exactly, yeah.
Right? As if from the shadows, Cat appears.
Jumping out of a haystack that she just landed in from the top of the church.
How'd you fucking get a fucking 20? I hate you so much. All right, what's the next item you're gonna go for?
All right,
I'm gonna roll. Just might as well roll advantage.
I'm gonna go to the dwarf man and take his money, or try and take his money.
All right, give me that sleight of hand.
Ouch. 17.
Dude, what the fuck? All right. So you get it. You get the money satchel. It jingles a little bit, and you're not expecting that. And the human kind of like hears the jingle, but isn't sure like where it's coming from. So you've like piqued him just a little bit. What's the third item you want to go for?
I want to do the camping set.
The camping? Oh, good call. All right.
That is
a very large. It's a very large item to steal. Like literally, it's like a whole ass fucking knapsack on this person's back. Okay.
Sure.
Give me a roll.
Give a help action.
No. She gets advantage. I don't want to give more help.
Oh well, that's awkward.
Okay, roll for advantage.
One more.
17.
17. So in my mind, you needed to get at least a 19 or higher
Alright,
to
then I'd like to
actually
stab
get away
him.
with this. No.
You don't have to ask. You can
I
just
would
do
like
it.
to sneak attack him.
So, Jesus Christ. So with a 17, you're able to like slide the bag off of that was on the female elf, right?
Yes,
I
the one
think
who was
so.
very nervous.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So you're able to slip the bag off of the female elf's shoulders, and she doesn't really notice, because she's so enthralled by Tyrion's blessing display, and she feels as though she really needs it. You know, her nerves are at like a 9 right now because of this adventure and this whole land. So it's almost as if she feels like a proverbial weight lifting off of her shoulders. And as you are slinging the bag over your shoulders and trying to walk off away from them, she shrugs and she realizes that, like, oh no, this was like a physical weight that was lifted off of her shoulders. And she turns and sees you with her knapsack. And she goes, hey, that's ours.
I'm just trying to help. Like, I don't think you need this. It'll be fine. Like, you know, the quest you got doesn't seem that serious, and you guys seem like a really capable bunch. So,
Roll a persuasion right now.
Why'd you go with that lie? You could have just said I dropped it. I was picking it up.
Yeah,
You guys are bad
you're
liars.
not getting away with this.
All right, then I would
all.
like to stab her.
You immediately. This is a peaceful place, Miffy.
Not anymore.
I would like to
Um,
stab her.
I don't have these fucking characters built out.
Oh, you don't have characters ready for a fight? Weird.
None of these are supposed to be in here.
Huh. Wow, random players starting a fight with
That's
characters
fine.
that the
All
DM
right.
wasn't prepared for? Never.
This is actually gonna be phenomenal. Dude, this session's gonna go too long if we have this fight. I hope you guys realize we haven't even gotten to the Fey Wilds.
Well,
yet.
you should have just
That's
let me have
fine.
it then.
So
There, you made the check a 19 for level
Give me-
5s. So
yeah, damn right. She's taking a knapsack off of her back.
Okay, yes, and I should have gotten a deception check, not a persuasion check.
you know what?
Thank
No,
you.
outside of Jordan, Miffy, why did you try to steal the bag of gems? There could have been diamonds.
There
Okay,
could have been
you?
diamonds,
First
yeah.
off,
There for
shut
sure.
up.
There should have been some talk on that one, guys. Just saying.
No, we can't talk. She's.
I'm just what? All right. So you
Fine, I'll
pull
just
your
stab
knife.
them all.
You pull your knife on them.
Fine. Yeah,
We're rolling
sure.
initiative. I'm ready.
Okay. So the female elf holds her hands up. And she says, "They're not even that expensive. Why is this so serious?"
Hold
But
on
the
now.
human-
I'm sure this is a misunderstanding. And besides, we don't want to start causing a scene in a place none of us know.
The human steps forward and he goes, "I don't really know what's a misunderstanding about thievery." And the second that he says thievery, it's almost as if the entire crowd pauses.
I would like to use stealth to grab him and pull him into a side alley where people can't see him.
There aren't any side alleys.
There's gotta be somewhere.
You are in a major
We're in the
city
middle of a
center.
public forum.
Massive
Yeah.
amounts of people. There are no shadowy alleys. This is not a place of deception, lies, and thievery.
This is a
Everything
fake
Well,
campaign.
then
What
why
are you-
is he
First time for
accusing it of
everything.
us? Like, how
Shoot,
dare you
yeah.
think that
Are you-
way?
are
Maybe
you
this
trying
was
to-
ours and he's accusing us.
Okay, hold on a second. Do you want to try to convince him that this was yours all along and the female elf was
Sure.
wrong?
No, my God.
Yes,
Give me a
gaslight her.
deception.
Gaslight her. I'm giving a help action on this for
Give
sure.
me- All right, give me a deception.
I'm about to cast Zone of Truth.
Okay, well, I got a 26.
I stabbed Terin.
The human is now looking as if he's not actually sure who had this knapsack in the beginning. The flurry of religious magnitude that Terin just gave in his performance has him not even barely remembering even what bounty they're on suddenly.
I mean, honestly,
Oh,
after that religious
wow.
performance, you should
Fuck
realize how
fucking
pious we
fucking
are, and we
right.
wouldn't have done that.
Yeah, you guys
Yeah,
should really
no.
go talk to Spoon at the inn. He'll help you out.
Where's the inn? The dwarf asks.
Not points in the direction they just came from. Doesn't say
You-
anything, just points.
You want to grab the stew as well. They're about to stop serving food, and it's some good stew.
It's
Um,
stupendous.
Oh my god.
Shoot, that's a good one. I have to use that sometime.
So all of the adventurers in the other group are all eyeing up the female elf in honest disbelief. They don't really understand why she just accused these perfectly fine strangers of thievery. And now they are quarreling with her where the money for the knapsack went that they gave her and why she never got it.
We should go.
Wait, hold
Oh, should
hold
you?
on. I got an idea. Hey,
Let's leave
listen,
while we're
if you
ahead.
guys, if you all are looking to offload a certain duplicitous character from your party, I think a group such as us could really turn her around if you wanted to lend out somebody.
We don't want a thief.
Yeah, give us the dwarf.
Oh shoot, yeah, we'll take
Are we
him. I guess.
buying their party members now?
We would like to absorb your corporation, as it were. We are something of adventure capitalists.
So they're looking at you guys very confused because this is like not a normal concept around here of like switching groups. And the male elf he speaks up for the group and he says, liar, thief, it doesn't matter. Around here, you have loyalty to your group. We would never give up one of our members.
That's okay.
Um,
We're joking.
See, and this
Okay,
is
then
just a
goodbye.
test.
Have a nice
You're
day.
making
And Terin
sure.
is going to start pushing his friends away from
All
these
right,
people.
all right. Yeah, have a good day. And don't forget to ask for the stew.
Don't forget
Always
to
tip your
do-
clerics.
Are they
Um,
really busy fighting, like infighting right now?
No, because it at the end of the day, it is, that's your adventuring group. You work your problems out.
But I
They're
mean, like,
on-
are they
they're on their way
distracted
to
with
the
talking to
inn.
her and being like, "Hey, did you steal?" Blah 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 blah. Are they doing any of that stuff right now?
Are they distracted?
No.
Yeah,
Once
are they distracted?
Once Terin starts pushing you guys away, they also disperse and start heading
Okay.
towards the inn.
Oh shoot! I think I
Um,
saw the narrative going that way, guys. Let's go this way.
Yeah, there you go. So you guys fucking move on.
Doing
So what items
Um,
did we
I'm
gather?
I'm trying.
Yeah, poor Terin just like, we have a bounty that is literally etched into my fucking hand right now. Can we get a move
So
on?
what items did we get?
I'm helping prepare.
So you got
for
the
this
unknown bag, with unknown contents. You got the long rest camping set, and you got the money, correct? So 20 gold, 10 silver.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. No, you guys did not get any healing potions. You got no gems. You got no weapons. You just have whatever weaponry you built into your people. Okay.
All right.
While we're walking away, can I do an Arcana check on the bag?
Yeah.
Cool. Oh my God, I hate my life. 4. Never
Oh,
mind.
hey, it's a bag.
I don't even think it's a bag. I think it's
Shoot, I
probably
think that's
fake.
an Aldi bag. You got to take
Is
that
it
back to the
canvas
store.
or is it plastic? You don't even know.
Cat holding on to the money.
Let's say that I was trying to grab it from Kat so I could look at it, but she's a little more like sleight of handy than I am, so I can't quite get a grasp on it, so I can't get a chance to look at it.
Yeah, sure, we can say that, and not that you're a failure.
Yeah, I like that better.
So
That's
you
what I'm gonna
guys-
claim. I'm gonna, like, if people ask him, like, I couldn't
Couldn't
The
get a
grip
hold
was
of
too
it.
tight. I couldn't get a grip.
Playing away all of your failures. Good.
I couldn't.
Cat,
do
are you
it.
holding on to the money?
No, you can have it.
Okay. It was 20 gold
I mean,
pieces, and how much
I
silver?
know. I
10.
know what the bag is. I just
20 and 10.
want you guys to figure it out. You know.
What's
Okay.
up, Bubba? Not
I
right
don't
now.
want to keep track of the money.
I'm DMing, Luck. Leave me alone.
I thought that was my cat, so I'm
Oh my
a
god,
little
she's
relieved,
distracted.
honestly.
Quickly steal more things.
Steal it all, burn the whole place down, fucking bring it
Stab
to
him,
ruin.
shank him, shank
Bring
him.
them to the ground.
Wait, what if this place is Atlantis and the lampposts have diamond light bulbs?
Well, yeah, that's why I stole the lamp in the inn.
Oh shoot,
You
yeah.
stole the lamp? Oh,
Yeah, she said she did, and then you didn't say
said
no, you
were
didn't.
looking at it. I didn't know you took it. Jesus
She took a
Christ.
lamp and a bunch of
Yourself is
silverware.
so high
All right,
that
I will
even the
remember
DM
that you
didn't
have
know that happened.
Yeah, that was pretty stealthy.
I
That was pretty
stole
damn
the
good, bitch.
silverware and the
Wait.
lamp. Like it
I
was.
knew you got silverware. I didn't know you actually took
You said the place
lamp,
was
though.
fancy. Is it diamond inlaid lamp fancy?
It's just a lamp made
No,
of.
it's
What
not.
about the
It's
silverware? Is the
gold.
silverware made
It's
of
like a
real
gold
silver?
lamp. I'm gonna give it to you
Actually-
guys for gold because of the fact that I didn't even know she took it. The lamp is made of fucking
much?
gold. All
Okay.
right.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So you get to the lamppost. You guys start searching for the symbol. Who finds the symbol? Everyone, give me
I don't know, I can-
investigation.
Let's give it a good old look-a-loo.
That'd be a 17.
Bucky's
Okay.
looking at the wrong
15.
lamppost.
15.
For sure.
What?
Bucky's looking at the lamp that Cat just stole.
Shoot, I don't see any symbols on this.
I see is gold.
What?
It's a pretty nice lamp, though.
Where did we get this lamp?
Okay, so everyone but Bucky can see the little symbol. Naught is the first one to find it. Excuse me, and it is pointing catty corner across the street down 5 shops.
Hey, what are you guys looking at?
We gotta go this way.
Nothing.
Follow
How do you like
me.
my new lamp?
That's a really good lamp.
Not just gonna start walking.
That's a good
That's Teren's not
lamp.
bothering. Teren's gone.
I love
Oh
lamp.
shoot. Hold on,
We're
I think you,
railroading this campaign.
think you saw the narrative.
Bucky's real power in magic is that he breaks the fourth wall.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes.
All right, so you guys get to the shop, you walk in, and it looks like it's just a pretty standard leather shop. You know, there's like many different types of hides that leather's been made out of. There's jackets, pants, gauntlets, hats, quivers for bows and arrows. You know, anything you can think of that could be made of leather, or a hide of some type is likely sold here. You see behind the counter is this absolutely unruly little goblin. He looks as mean as he is ugly. But he has a big old smile on his face, and he says, "What?
Your mic is censoring you.
No.
Oh, it's censoring me? No. Okay. All right. Let me bring it back and try a different voice. Fuck. Oh God. Maybe is it just loud or is it the tone?
I think,
Might
I think
be
it's
the
glitching you
loud.
out.
As I'm just too loud. Okay. Welcome to my shop. Does that work?
That's
Oh,
much
yeah,
better.
perfect.
It
Awesome,
does,
okay.
yes.
Welcome to my shop.
Well,
What can I help you
shoot.
find?
Howdy.
Is this the underground market?
You don't
And
just
he just
ask people
stares
that.
at you.
What is it?
Smile drops from his face.
We're looking for Marcus.
Oh my goodness. Why are you people like this?
Hold on. I got this. Don't you worry.
And then he starts talking to the goblin in the one extra language he knows, goblin.
Ow!
That is fucking beautiful. Good. Okay. All right. What do you say to the shop owner?
Hey, so I'm sorry that my friends are kind of screwing the pooch on this whole subtlety thing, but
We're
We,
infighting while you're having this conversation.
We're looking for like they said, we're looking for Marcus. We're not looking for any underground markets, and winks heavily at him.
So the goblin shopkeeper is very impressed with your dialect and knowledge of the goblin language. His smile returns a little bit, but he's still very obviously offended by the rest of your party. And he says, a fine gentleman like you really should keep better company than what you have right now, because these people, and he just kind of looks him up and down with a little bit of disgust. But then he looks to you, and he says, so I guess Spoon sent you, huh?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, he's the only one that calls me Marcus. Hate that name.
Ah, shoot, is there something you prefer?
No one's ever asked me that before.
Well, shoot, they should. It's a fine gentleman like you.
All right. You know what? Why don't you call me Hyde?
Oh, that's a good one. I like that name. All right, Mr. Hyde.
And the goblin's now smiling very wide. He loves you.
Oh, perfect. I love goblins as well. Me, John, not my character.
Goblins named Hyde.
So, yeah, how's about we find ourselves something to further this adventure, as Spoons has led us to believe.
Well, sure. So, I do dabble in some of the more sought after wares around here, if you understand my drift.
Oh, yeah. You seemed like a connoisseur.
Quite a connoisseur. I do not dabble in my own wares, though. You see, you never want to be putting your own finger into the pot,
That's smart.
Plus,
that's just smart.
Plus, some of the things that we put out on the market, I think my business might go under if I got too terribly involved in them. These euphoria substances, they could be a bit of a bitch.
Sure.
Naught does not speak Goblin at all, but he wants to try and translate what's happening here.
But he doesn't speak Goblin?
Correct,
How the fuck are you going to do that then?
We're going to see. We're going to try. Let's see what happens. What do I need to roll for this?
Dude, if you don't get a nat 20...
Raw intelligence? Luck? Is there a luck stat?
So, all right, it's fine. So he's going to turn to Kat and Terin and just go,
this isn't going well. He's not getting anywhere. I can tell.
He looks quite happy to do his body language. Yeah.
No, he's not. He's not getting anywhere. We need to find another way in.
Cat doesn't believe not at all.
So you guys are just having
we're infighting right now.
Infighting.
Yeah, we're infighting.
Beautiful.
Naught's gonna step back and trip over something.
Okay.
Just knock things over.
Okay, give me a what do I want?
Athletics, so he doesn't fall on his face?
Yeah, give me an athletics.
Athletics? Okay.
Yeah.
Not acrobatics?
No, athletics.
You're deck scared.
Fucking A. It's fine, I got a 14.
A 14. Okay, so you trip and thankfully don't break anything and piss off the shopkeeper. Can we continue now?
Yeah.
So back to the goblin conversation.
Hold on, Cletus, you can intentionally fail a roll at any time.
I know. I kind of wanted to, but I was like, eh.
I was gonna do the lower the roll, the most damage.
So since he's obviously not paying attention, I'm gonna steal things.
Same.
Why?
Why not?
Because he's your
I'm
only
very
way
convinced.
into the Feywild.
I'm very
You-
convinced
you-
that this conversation isn't going well, and so I'm trying to figure out alternatives. So I'm like looking around for anything that I think might help us be able to get there without this goblin's help.
Okay.
This is your character in the main campaign. This is what you do.
I will allow you to start perusing the shop, looking for something that might be worth stealing while the
Okay.
conversation continues.
What should I roll?
Roll a. I guess it'd be investigation. See if there's anything worthwhile in here.
Yeah, they're looking.
Damn it.
Looky-loo.
Give me all the
Yeah,
shitty rolls
yeah.
that I'm not good at. 10.
A 10. I mean, you see some like pretty nice clothes and some nice like knapsacks. But it's all just leather. You're not picking up any power, you're not picking up any weaponry, nothing like that.
No diamonds?
But you can keep perusing.
Where's his
if you'd
cash
like.
register?
Right in front of his face.
But he's distracted.
You underestimate herself.
Should I stab him?
She stole from God.
No, you can't stab
Does
him.
the goblin man know what's in my mystery sack?
I don't know. Hand it to him.
Does he
No.
know what it is?
You're gonna have to hand it to him for him to check it out. Are you gonna
And
interrupt
who
the
what now?
conversation?
No.
No one wants to interrupt the conversation.
I don't know
I
what's
do.
happening anymore.
I
There's
want
so
to
much shit
interrupt it.
happening.
I don't
So we're
think
gonna
this is
continue
going
with
well.
the fucking conversation then, since no one wants to interrupt
I just
it.
said I do.
With what?
I
Walk
just
up to
wanna-
the
The man and the
counter.
wife.
Yeah, I just want to walk up to the counter and be like,
Ding the little bell.
Ask him about the bag. I think it's leather. He might know.
Obviously leather.
All right.
We haven't even opened the bag ourselves. Why would we hand it away to someone? We don't know what's in that.
You guys I think
How's it going, Bucky? What
can
we
you
learn?
guys you can look inside a bag. That's a pretty normal thing to do.
Is it?
Not steps back for a second and thinks in his head, oh yeah. Like you could see very clearly the bewildered look on his face why he didn't think to do that
Did
initially.
we all dump stat our intelligence? Did we all just dump?
I honestly think you guys might all have just dumped fucking intelligence. Like,
Probably. Nobody needs
Yep.
it. One class
Yep.
needs it.
Oh
I mean,
my
you
God.
did pick an archfey as your first fucking mission in a land you've never been to before. So, like,
The only
it
character that can make
checks
use of
out, it
intelligence
checks
is a
out.
freaking wizard, or I guess a blood hunter.
True.
Okay, I guess we'll just open the bag then.
Are we gonna dump it or are we just gonna stick our hands in it?
Can we pour it onto
It could
the
be-
counter?
It was full of illegal shit. We stole that. We don't know what's in it.
Well, I mean, this dude's a black market bitch. Like, it doesn't matter.
All right. Well, while these guys are figuring out how to open a bag, I might be interested in one of those euphoric substances, if nothing else, to distract one of these guys.
Make it two, please.
I've also heard that you know of some pretty wild places, and we might be looking to head somewhere a little wild, if you know what I'm saying.
Hyde. So Hyde, kind of like he like points at you in a very knowing and playful way. And in the side of his eye, because everyone has now come up to the counter, in his peripherals, he notices the sigil on Terin's hand, and it all pieces together. And he smiles even bigger to Bucky, and he says, "Oh, you guys want to go on a Feywilds adventure, don't you?"
Oh shoot! I guess we're not. I didn't know what to be subtle about or not. Yeah, we're trying to go. We're doing that.
Hyde tells you that, well, you're just in luck. I forgot which fucking voice I'm using for Hyde. You guys distracted me so fucking
It's
much.
the high-pitched
Jesus
one.
Christ.
Yeah, but like not too loud that your mic
Yeah,
mutes
because I
you.
get
Yeah,
censored.
you get censored.
Fucking America.
Welcome to DM.
Well, you just might be in luck because we got to stock back up on those euphoric substances. And he kind of he touches his nose a little bit.
Mhm.
And he asks, but it's not going to be cheap.
Shoot, what are we looking at? I got a gold lamp.
All right. Whoa! Before you just
Wow,
give away
you don't have
our
a gold
They're
lamp.
precious...
still speaking in Goblin, right? So Tyrion
Yeah,
and
they were
Cat,
just
I
talking.
don't know.
Yeah,
you
guys,
we don't
you
know
guys
anything.
aren't
So
hearing
I'm gonna look
each
at Tyrion and
No.
Cat and go,
He doesn't know anything.
But I see him holding the lamp.
Yeah,
Who doesn't know
My
nothing about
lamp, my hard-earned lamp.
Hyde waves his hand, and he says, "No, I make enough on the underground market to not need things like lamps.
Oh shoot, you're
But
Never
I
met a
could
man who
use
didn't
some
need a
extra
lamp.
hands.
What's that? Sorry.
I could use some extra hands.
Do they get to stay attached to my body? I'm not sure how this works in here.
Hyde laughs so loud and slaps you on the shoulder because he is just absolutely
and Naught looks at Cat and Tyrion and goes,
entertained.
He's about to attack.
I may not be an expert
Cat
on
just
goblins,
takes the lamp back and puts it back in her backpack.
but I'm fairly certain that was laughter. But
Can you speak normal now? We don't know goblin.
Yeah, so Hyde now feels comfortable enough with the group in general. He feels, a great companion friendship type thing blooming with him and this crazy human that came into his shop and somehow speaks goblin. So he goes back to regular English so that he can now address the main group. And he says, the only way for you guys to get into the Feywilds is through me.
Naught immediately Misty steps behind or stealths behind him. I don't have Misty
For what
step
purpose?
anymore. I'm just gonna do it for now because I gotta do one thing at a time.
Okay.
Cat's slightly
I hate to
concerned.
derail this at this moment, but many people keep getting information because of the sigil being on display.
16.
What were you asking?
I'm just going behind him.
Well, you got a 16.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're behind him,
Cool.
but there's nothing else behind him. So
That's
if
fine.
he
I'm just standing.
there's nothing to
behind him.
hide behind. I need you to understand.
Yeah, I'm
it is
literally
just
just
you and him.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
literally just standing behind
Okay.
him.
Could I perhaps get a simple leather glove to cover up the sigil? If it's not costly. People keep gleaning things from it, with it being on display and such.
Yeah, that's the whole point of the sigil. Why would you want to hide it though? I mean, I'm not in the business to turn down business, but
People seem around here to be very cautious about information being given out. Seems
sure. Well, I mean, if you're just looking for something to hide and not need anything in particular, I can get you just a plain set of leather gloves for I mean, I like this one here, and he kind of gestures towards Bucky.
Oh
So-
shoot, thanks.
So if you guys just help me on this next run into the Feywild, you can just keep the gloves. How's that for a deal?
that's fine to me. We got to go in there anyway.
What do you need us to do?
Yeah, you guys should probably be asking that.
I would like to know
No.
what we need to do, Sir Hyde. If I may call you Sir Hyde. If not,
Well, you don't know his name's Hyde yet,
Oh, okay.
because that would
Bucky.
be
Better
a
than
goblin.
Goblin.
So you call him
Okay.
you call him Marcus.
Oh, okay.
Actually, everyone, he prefers Hyde, and then plus that was
Hyde.
really good with the leather. Yeah, I thought it was a really clever name.
That is pretty clever.
Apologies.
Hyde blushes.
Okay, well, Sir Hyde, if I may call you Sir Hyde.
Mm-hmm.
What exactly is this mission you'd like help with?
Sir Hyde. Well, actually, just this afternoon, I'm planning a trip to the Feywilds, because we need to get some of our Trelliopes stocked back up. You know what a Trelliope is?
Ain't that instrument they play at like carousels and carnivals?
I don't think Bucky does, though. Could you explain it to him, please?
I'm sorry, what is he restocking?
Trelliopes.
Don't explain it to Bucky and we'll find out.
I think I had Trelliope once, but I went to the doctor and it went away.
Spitting as always, the goblin laughs and kind of slaps Bucky again.
Shoot, I like him.
I forget that you guys are new here. Trelliopes, they're beasts in the Feywilds, and the little quills that line their backs, they can be ground up and snorted for quite the experience. But we're running low on stock in the underground, and I got to get my butt out there, but I haven't had any hands. So listen, if y'all can bring me back 3 Trelliopes worth of quills, I'll take you to the Feywilds for free.
We get a sample of the powder as well.
I'm all out, but I can give you some after.
Hold on, out of character. Don't we have to go to the Feywild to get this creature?
Oh yes.
Yes.
You'd be going with Hyde. Like Hyde
Sounds
is
like a
literally
deal to
packing up,
me.
ready to
Okay,
go.
sure, yeah, no, okay. Withdrawn.
Is everyone?
Yeah, I'll go with my best friend Hyde.
Best buddy.
Yeah.
Is everyone on board?
So having been behind him this whole time, without him knowing that, I'm going to immediately speak to him from behind him and go, "This better not be a trick."
Hyde jumps, turns around, and says, "Oh, you're a squirrely one. We're gonna be needing you in the wilds."
It's good. Oh, that's great.
Well, I just have to pack up a few things.
I'm gonna do an insight check on him to see if he's being deceptive at all.
Yeah.
16.
Everyone's so painfully honest here. It's almost as if lying and mischief isn't a thing for them.
Weird.
He truly
got any
does.
diamonds, Sir Hyde?
So Hyde truly does need hands to help him. Trelliopes are fairly massive creatures. The quills that he's talking about yeah.
Are they massive, capital M, like the size category, or?
For a goblin, they're massive.
But the DM,
that's an actual
not
size.
in character sheet.
Okay.
Yeah, not in character sheet world. I was concerned. So they are like medium-sized creatures.
Okay.
When you actually see them,
I was terrified for a moment.
Yeah, they have quills all down their backside. And Naught is able to glean that there is a reason why Hyde needs extra hands, but not what that reason is. He understands that yes, there's a lot of creatures and he probably needs people for that reason, but he doesn't know why he doesn't already have those people. Okay. So you have this goblin who is already preparing for this trip, didn't have hands already prepared to help him with his poaching mission, and he was going to set off on his own anyway, or at least it seems as though he was prepared to set off on his own anyway. So it is slightly like clandestine that you guys like have walked into his shop. So is everyone in agreement? You're gonna come along?
You got any diamonds?
Absolutely.
We have leather. So Hyde hands over the gloves to Terin. He kind of gives like Bucky another really friendly pat. He heads into the back, finishes preparations for going to the Feywild, and asks you guys to basically just like go out the front, come around to the back, and he'll meet you when he's ready. It only takes him a couple minutes. You know, he was basically prepared already. When he comes back out, he is like packed to the absolute depths with climbing gear. Oh, you okay? Sorry, my dog just like hacked up something. So he's packed up with all of this climbing gear, what looks to be even parachute bags, and many of like the climbing clips. You know, he's got like an entire waistband filled with climbing clips. All right, you guys ready to head on out?
Dude, we call mountain climbing, base jumping.
Mountain climbing's a real nice way to put it, sure.
All right.
If you're talking in the opposite direction.
Oh, mountain unclimbing. Yeah, I heard of that.
It's called jumping off a cliff.
Mountain unclimbing.
Unclimbing.
I used to have 20 brothers before they tried that one.
Jesus Christ.
They didn't have all your clips though.
So Hyde begins walking. He's like gesturing for you guys to come with him. And he starts explaining how you're going to get into the wild. So what you're going to have to do is get to the very edge of Miralise. Once you're at the edge, the goblin has already set up this massive, it's almost like it's like a like an expedition outpost. It is stocked with some extra climbing gear, some camping gear, rations, water, sleeping tents, things like that. And then you notice that there are 3 rappelling ropes off the cliff. But you can't see anything else until you get to the cliff edge. Hyde explains to you, so how we get into the wild around here is not the easiest. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I've lost quite a number of hands doing this. But if you just hold on tight and don't forget to use your parachute if you fall, you're gonna be fine. And as he's saying this, he's like hooking himself up. He's getting all of his carabiners in place. He's strapping himself up to the rope, and he is now gesturing for Bucky, because he likes Bucky the most, to come over so that he can start help setting him up. As he's setting Bucky up with all of his carabiners, clipping him into the rope, he is like just like a child going on to an adventure. Like, he is obviously very excited to do this. He doesn't seem worried at all.
Now, Mr. Hyde, I don't know what you know about dwarves around here, but we are quite particular about not flying.
Well, then I guess you shouldn't fall.
You hear this guy? Oh, that's my best friend right there.
So Bucky then gestures to Kat to be the next one to get set up.
Okie dokie.
All right, so he starts setting you up, and then he looks to the other 2, Naught and Terin. You guys are just gonna have to watch us real close, okay? I mean, it doesn't matter which one you go on. What?
I said, I always am.
Oh, good. All right, good. You have your parachute, right? And he like checks you to make sure you actually have a parachute, because he does not believe you at all.
I do not.
Did he give us parachutes? Did he give them to us?
Parachutes, I'm so sorry. And then he starts like just handing out the sacks with parachutes on them. So what we're gonna do is be careful as you push down the side, and Hyde he situates himself in a way to show you guys how to rappel down, and it's very standard rappelling technique. He puts his goblin feet right on the edge of Miralise, and he slowly starts dropping himself backwards until he is nearly horizontal with the land itself. It is an extremely sheer drop-off. Extremely sheer. Hyde disappears.
Are we in the Feywilds already?
No, you're still in Miralise. And you see Hyde just disappear. He has fully dropped off Miralise, and he is now under her.
Her.
Who is going? Well, I mean, we call cities and stuff hers, boats hers.
It's okay. Ain't no shame in being a bottom.
Yeah, see?
Power bottom.
Gets it. All right, of Bucky and Cat, who's the first one who is going to follow Hyde over the edge?
Bucky just trusts him 100%. He is like, as soon as he's jumping down, Bucky's right there after him.
Hell yeah!
Get him, Bucky!
So Bucky, as the other two are getting themselves clipped in and situated, Bucky fearlessly...
Bucky don't give a fucky.
Yeah, Bucky don't give a fucky. Bucky fearlessly gets himself to the edge. He lowers himself so that he's nearly perpendicular or nearly horizontal with the land. And as he gets just past his vision to see under Miralise, he sees hundreds of notches in what used to be the mountain face, where it's very clear that countless people before you have done this trek. There are multiple places for you to already loop yourself in. Bucky feels safe. He sees that Hyde is already a few paces ahead of him, making phenomenal timing. I mean, this is the most dexterous and competent goblin Bucky's ever seen. So it raises your confidence quite a lot. You start hooking yourself in, and you are just expertly climbing your way down this thing, okay? Cat, how confidently are you following them?
Like pretty confidently.
Pretty confidently?
Yes.
Pretty confidently. On like a scale of 1 to 10, what's our confidence at?
Like an 8.7.
It's okay. All right. That's pretty good. I'm going to need you to roll in athletics.
Fuck me. Can I do acrobatics instead?
Did Bucky have to do athletics?
No,
Have I
because
missed
he followed with 100% confidence.
Okay.
Okay. So you want athletics or can I do acrobatics?
You know what? Acrobatics, sure.
Cool,
You guys
cool,
can choose
cool.
which one you want to go
19.
with. How about that? 19? Okay, alright, so that confidence has served you well. You also follow suit. You effortlessly rappel yourself underneath of Miralise, and you are now unclimbing the mountain a few paces behind Bucky. Who's the next to go, and how much confidence do you have following them?
Terin will say, "I wish you luck. May the light guide you." To give guidance to This is gonna go so poorly. He gives you
Who is he giving guidance to? Everybody?
you. No, it's touch.
Okay.
They're gone.
Cool.
I can only
because
you.
Naught
they're
has
gone.
Naught has literally no confidence in this whatsoever, but he's gonna go.
Okay, alright. Because two of your companions have now disappeared underneath the horizon.
I'm sure
You
that
cannot
they're dead.
see them.
I
You're
believe
sure
that
they're dead?
Yeah. And I'm gonna be like,
I guess this is where it ends.
Alright,
believe
who's
in you.
stepping to the edge next?
Since I gave him guidance, I'm
it's
not going
me.
anywhere
I
near
am.
it.
I'm going
Yeah.
right now. I'm dropping
You're
down.
going?
I'm going with no confidence whatsoever.
No
what do I
confidence.
need to roll?
Alright, you
Religion?
choose athletics or acrobatics, you choose.
I'll do
I
my
don't mind.
acrobatics. Oh my god, a nat one?
Oh no!
You slip
Bye.
on the edge. You
Does she start falling?
lose your footing. And you so as you place your I can't believe you got a nat 1.
I told
So
you I had no
as you
confidence
place
whatsoever.
yeah, right. As you
Oh,
place your
no.
heels on the very edge and you get the rope tight and you are lowering yourself slowly, you, because of your lack of confidence, lean forward and give too much slack to the rope and slip. You slip under the horizon.
And I go,
Terin, he rushes to the edge and he sees you just hanging limp a few inches below.
and I'm screaming.
Just
I'm just screaming, going, I'm hanging there, right? Like I'm not falling anymore. I just kind of
yeah,
hanging.
you're just hanging.
Cool.
You're just
I
hanging.
still think I'm falling, and I'm just going,
You're fine, you big baby.
Terin, give me a strength
Start pulling
check.
him up.
Yeah,
Okay.
give me a strength check.
Raw strength check. Here you go. That is indubitably a 21 total.
With one hand, you grab this imbecile right on his chest. You pull him up by his harness, set him straight,
and I wrap
and
my
you-
arms around you,
Yeah.
still screaming.
Pat you on the back. Okay. So we definitely have to get down there.
And then I realize, and I stand up and I wipe my face. It's bright red and beating, and I walk away and go,
I don't like heights.
I don't either.
So at this point, the 3 that have already gone are like halfway there, by the way. Because once you get past the horizon, it's like a shockingly easy climb to do.
Can we go together?
Sure. Yeah, you guys are on separate ropes. You can lower in together.
I would lower in together while giving him the help action and another guidance.
Okay. All right.
oh, I forgot I had guidance. I mean, it's still in that one. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it was that one. It was that.
Yeah, there's nothing you could do about that one.
What if he tried to rappel down a cliff and God said 1?
So
Yeah,
I want both of you to do a roll, either athletics or acrobatics. I'm going to add them together for your success or failure, because you're now rappelling
Sweet
down
mother
together.
of God, I got a 7.
Jesus, you better hope to God Nick saves you again.
Plus guidance, whatever I get for guidance. How much do I get for guidance?
D4. I got a 15.
So then I roll a D4. Hold on, let me roll my D4 real quick. Plus 4. Cool. So it's a
How do you get
11.
a 7,
So
Cletus?
you
How do you
get
get a
11?
7?
Perfect. You just had to be over a 10 on this.
Yeah, we're
Okay,
good. I got a 15. You got a
so
7
you
with plus
guys-
4.
Yeah, you guys are slow moving because of Naught's nerves, but you are successfully now below the horizon, and you see the easy unclimb that you now have to do. You also notice that the rest of your party's fairly far ahead of you, so you got to pick up the pace, okay? The climb goes fairly without hitch. I mean, aside from the beginning, everyone makes it down. It's not too terribly difficult. Bucky seems to be having the absolute time of his life with his new bestie. Hyde's never been so excited to go to the Feywilds with people before. And Cat's just chugging along, wondering why it's taken everyone else so fucking long. When you guys get to the unsummit of the mountain, you can feel a lot of wild magic coming out of what feels to be thin air, or what looks to be thin air. You remember the talk about how the entire reason for this bounty is because of this wild magic that keeps leaking out inexplicably, causing trickster-like bullshittery to be happening around Mirrorlease. It's also the place where Feywild creatures have also been leaking out of. But you can't see anything, you can just feel kind of that wild chaotic energy around you. At this point, Hyde is now pulling out this massive clear crystal that is surrounded by silver and gold. So it is almost like it is a caged crystal. He tells you guys, so at the summit, we're at like the unsummit, my apologies. There are many places for you to hook onto, and you guys are just kind of dangling there. Hyde is at the absolute lowest point, and he is basically fixing this crystal into thin air. It is just floating there. No one is able to tell how or why it's floating, but it's almost as if the crystal has magnetized to this invisible portal that this chaotic energy is coming out of. And Hyde says, "Okay, everyone, shield your eyes!" And he twists it.
You got it.
And
Cat's gonna cover her eyes immediately.
Naught's eyes have not been open this entire time.
Terin is gonna close his.
He's
and
been latched on
cover.
Terin as if like a cat being taken to a new place for the first time.
So instead of dwarf tossing, we're dwarf riding.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Just kind of ride around.
Amazing. So Hyde twists the crystal, and this blinding purple, green, and blue light just starts emanating all around you. And you can feel that chaotic energy suddenly has formed. It's almost as if you guys are swimming in it. You can feel how heavy it is around you. It doesn't feel malicious in any way, but it feels thick. Without word, Hyde waves to Bucky and says, "I'll see you on the other side, best friend!" And he unclips himself and swings into the portal.
Dude, here I come.
And Bucky does the same thing.
Nice.
That's just gonna follow.
Are we
Okay.
dead? Is this dead? Are we dead?
No, we'll be
I
fine.
feel warm. I feel warm.
Trust
Are we
me.
dead?
And
'Cause you
Terin's
peed
gonna
yourself.
jump both of them into the where they went.
Can I do a Constitution check to see if I peed myself?
If you puke on Terin,
Sure.
I got a 14. I pee a little bit, little
Just
tiny,
a
tiny
Little
bit.
dribble.
Yeah.
Little piddle.
A dribble.
The sink's on drip.
Just a little dribble.
rust my armor with your urine.
All right. So I just posted a map. This is a map
Yeah.
that we're gonna pretend is a little bit of the Feywilds. So where you guys are going to pop up is near center of the map. So it's going to be to the right of the city of, I don't even know what that says, Splendor. You're going to be between that maze and the Lake of Dragons. So as you appear into the world, you are on the coast of a small river. Along the riverside are massive, and I mean absolutely skyscraper high trees everywhere. And these trees are coming in every single color of the rainbow. You feel that wild magic that you felt before, but it feels dispersed. It doesn't feel as though it is surrounding you any longer. It is just the air now at this point.
Would you
The
say
sky-
that we are in a wild Fey forest?
Yeah. You're in a Fey forest. You're
perfect.
on the riverbed or riverside of a Fey forest. Yes,
Cool.
Wait, are you a ranger?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
he is. Yeah.
I am.
So you guys appear there, and you see an encampment very similar to the one that was at the edge of the Mirrorlease. gonna have to drop shortly. Well, if you guys didn't fuck around so much in the fucking beginning, we were literally supposed to be done by now, by the way.
Well, if you just give me the things I want, it wouldn't be this difficult. Okay,
never.
then.
I will never give you anything. So you guys appear in the Feywild, and it is a very similar encampment to what you saw in Miralise. Obviously, this is something that Hyde's been doing a ton of. Hyde then gives you a very brief description of these Trelliopes that you're looking for. He akins them to basically like large foxes that are Fey-like in appearance. They have many colors. They have whimsical appendages to themselves. But the easiest way to spot a Trelliope is the spines, or the quills, that line its back. He then says, alright, well, find me those 3 Trelliopes, and I'll take you guys back. So this is the end of our first session of Have You Ever Seen an Archfey Before? We are going to leave our characters as they enter the Feywilds for the first time. And next time we will start writing their fates.
We'll be hunting some beautiful foxes.
Thank you everybody for hanging out, and thank you Jordan for running as DM for this mini-series. This is going to be something that we do kind of probably for the next few weeks. We're going to do this one straight through. One of our party members on the regs is out for a little bit because they've got some personal stuff going on. But John is filling in this series while we do so. So we will get back to the main campaign eventually. But in the meantime, we're going to enjoy Jordan being our DM.
Mommy.
Yeah, sorry. I thought
our dominant murderer.
Yeah.
The DM.
Corrections officer is honestly more so what it's feeling like right now.
Literally what you do every time we play. This is your character.
I know.
Do you want to do the outro and everything too? Like have everyone be like, everyone say bye. That thing?
I mean, sure. Now that you've put me on the fucking spot, I guess I will. All right. Well, that's it for us this time. Be sure to catch us on the podcast to find out what happens to our arch-fey hunting heroes. Everybody say bye.
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 Bye. Bye. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
All right, well that ends the first session for have you seen an archfey
You're being
before?
censored.
Oh God, why does it hate my voice? All right, so that's the end of the last session or the first session. Oh my God, cut this all out, John. Jesus Christ.
You got it.